So just as a point of kind of how the order works, and I'm coming from memory, if the Parks and Rec Commission does something the Board of Commissioners absolutely doesn't like, we can't overrule any action they take. There's a process for that.
Now, here's the problem. So you said in 3 to 5 years that it's going to be net, cost is going to be taken care of by the revenue. So on 34 or 36, the total revenue across the top from 3,000 in 2025 to 25 grand in 2026 through 2029 is at least half of what the expenditures are. So as we've recently heard about sorry Penny, Commissioner Morris, with Twin Lakes about creating something that we can't hope to fund, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to reiterate what former Sheriff Bensley said earlier, show me the money. Because what I heard was, hey, if we don't get money for this from a private donor or this, that, or thing, it's going to be general fund dollars. Not okay with that. And so my one question is, in attachment F, you got 1.9 million dollars in improvements. And the investment, is that included in attachment E for all of that, or is that in addition to the expenses?
That is included.
All right. So we're going to spend $2 million to lose $100,000 a year for the next 5 years. It seems like a bad investment. And unfortunately, as much as we like parks, we're also going to guarantee the bond at an airport. And we're probably going to build a jail. And we're building a building on Lafreniere. And all of those things cost money. And that hasn't even got it started with the courthouse debate. So I appreciate that, but my response would be sharpen your pencil. And my biggest concern is the dollars in creating into a theme park. And I've said that multiple times over the last year. And I'm in support all the way from the beginning, acquiring this piece of property. And to keep this piece of property as a piece of property the county owns.
And it looks to me like the fundraising for the endowment is not as robust as we had hoped so far. Is that a fair
Yes, that's
summary?
correct. Through
So-
the end of fourth quarter 2024, it was 439,330.
439, okay. I had the
higher.
9 and the 3 transposed.
You're close.
And that includes the 150,000 that we inherited and the 250 that
That's
we
correct,
put in.
yeah.
So the 400 was not from private sources.
So at this point, there has not been an all-out full-court press on that because the
We're waiting.
yeah, they're waiting. The Grand Traverse Regional Community Foundation and the Land Conservancy, wanted to have an opportunity to be able to have a plan to be able to answer the public's questions. Now that we've got that plan or potentially have that plan, it gives us additional information to be able to better answer that.
Translation, we're holding that back.
I understood that the reason we saw this in August was to get it ahead of time so that they could use the momentum of the purchase of the park to fundraise for the endowment. That's what I remember them telling us when we put this on the front burner ahead of having a plan for it, is that we needed to go ahead and support that endowment because our support of that endowment with $500,000 of public funding would spark a lot of enthusiasm from the community for fundraising. And it's disappointing to me that hasn't materialized.
If they want our funding, if they want general fund appropriation, they have to
come
come
back.
back to this board for
This is
approvals.
symbolic.
Yeah.